Karibuni sana katika lesson ya leo, and in today's lesson we will be looking at the present tense. Na, do you remember from what we did last time on the essentials of constructing Swahili sentences and the modal verb that we used, enda? We constructed one sentence, I'm going home, and we used the na. But today we're going to do lots of practice using the na tense. So karibuni tena, welcome again. So, do you remember the essentials of... before that, let's look at our learning outcomes. So in today's lesson, or by the end of this lesson, you should be able to construct simple Swahili sentences using the present tense na. And let's have a look at this. But before that, do you remember what our subject prefix is? That is the first part that we start. And we're going to have ni, u, a, tu, wa. Those are the subject prefixes that starts the sentence. Then they're followed by the tenses, and you're going to have the present tense. Now, that is what we'll be using today. Then you have the next part, which is very important, the verbs. So this is just a recap of whatever we did. Subject, prefix, tense, and verb. For example, kunywa, to drink, kupenda, to like or love. And then you're going to have your nouns coming in later as chai and mbwa. This is just a few examples, but we'll have others to practice with. So let's dive in there and look at some of the most important things when constructing sentences. Again, let's have a quick recap. In the last session, we looked at how to construct a sentence, simple sentence, using the subject prefix, the tense, and the verb, using our modal verb go. For example, I am going. What did we say? Can you remember? Give it a go. Hope you had ni, na, and what about I'm going home? And I want you to see if you can remind me the word home kwa Kiswahili. I almost heard you say it. Yeah, you got it. Ninaenda nyumbani. Asanteni sana. Ninaenda nyumbani. Thank you very much. Asanteni sana. So that was very important. All right, now we're going to construct our first sentence using our first verb, choka. So the verb choka in Kiswahili means to be tired. And before that, let's have a look at the subject prefixes, or try and remind ourselves what are they in Kiswahili. So we have I am, ni, you are, u, he or she is, are, we are, tu, you plural are, and they, wa. So those are very important subject prefixes that we'll be using to construct different sentences in Kiswahili here. And we are going to be using our present tense na. So the first sentence I want you to construct there is I am tired. I am tired. So how are we going to construct that? We're going to start with your subject prefix I for I, ni. Kwa Kiswahili, ni. Plus tense. When is the action happening? Now. I am now tired. I am tired. Na. And then plus your next very important part, which is the word tired. Choka. So how do you pronounce that? Ninachoka. How would you construct the second sentence for me? You are tired. You are tired. Give it a go. Remember, the subject prefix for you is u. So you put your u there, plus your tense. Remember, it's a present tense now. You are now tired. Now, na. Plus your tense. Choka. How does that read? Unachoka. Can you say that again? Your turn. Unachoka. Very good. Let's try and construct another one. He or she is tired. He or she is tired. How are we going to construct that kwa Kiswahili? Again, for he or she. Don't forget. Good. And then na. Again, choka. So now I know you're becoming confident. That's why I'm not breaking it up. I'm now saying it as one word. Anachoka. Your turn. Can you read that for me? Anachoka. We're going to make that one a little bit bigger so that we can see it easily. That's better. Sante. Let's have a look at other sentences using the we and they. We and they, which will be nice sentences to construct together. So that sentence we're going to start, and it's going to be, we are tired. We are tired. How are we going to say that kwa Swahili? Which is we. Tuna choka. Tunachoka. We are tired, or we are tiring. We are tired, or we are tiring. Tunachoka. Then we have the last sentence that we're going to construct here together. And this sentence will be, you plural are tired. You plural are tired. How do we say that kwa Swahili? You plural as a subject prefix was Don't forget that. So you put your there, plus your tense, na, plus your verb, choka. How do you pronounce that? Mnachoka. Can you say that again? Mnachoka. The next part here is they are tired. Let me just do that together. They, subject prefix, they, wa, plus your tense, na, plus tired, choka, which is wanachoka. They are tired or they are tiring kwa Kiswahili. So that's very important in terms of constructing sentences, using your subject prefix, using your tense, and using your verb. Perfect. Very good. So let's have a look at another modal verb which will help us learn more in Kiswahili sentences. The verb like or love kwa Kiswahili, the verb like or love, penda. And you're going to still use the subject prefixes I am, you are, he or she is, we are, you plural are, and they are. Let's have a go together. First verb, the first sentence I want you to construct is I like. I'm going to use my cup so that everyone can see perfectly. Hey, I like. Have you tried it? Ni plus na plus penda. So we've used the ni, which is our subject prefix, ni, plus our tense now, na, and our verb, penda. What about if you wanted to say, you like? How do we say that kwa Kiswahili? We're going to come and say, u na penda. How do you read it? Unapenda. The first one was ninapenda. The second one is unapenda. What about he or she likes? Again, I now know that you're gaining confidence. So we're not going to split it, but you're going to say all of it. He or she likes. Remember, he or she in Kiswahili is a plus the present tense, na, plus the verb penda. So put it all together. Say it. Anapenda. Kiswahili kizuri sana. Then we have another very important part, which is going to be we like. We like. How do we say that for Kiswahili? We like. We're going to come and say to for we, na for present tense, and then like. Penda. This is exciting stuff. I know you're getting more confident. Sante sana. Let's look at the next one, which is you plural like. I like making sure that my students know that when I'm talking about this one is you plural, you many people. Sante sana. You plural like. How are we going to construct that in Kiswahili? You plural like. We're going to come and say for you plural plus tense, na, present tense, and like. Penda. How do you read that kwa Kiswahili? Mnapenda. Your turn. Can you try and pronounce that? Mnapenda. What about they like? Easy stuff. Wa for they plus tense, na plus like. spender. And now you can now go ahead and now start adding some interesting nouns after that. But for now, I wanted you to make sure that they're just simple basic sentence constructions and you're understanding the structure and what is going where. Sante sana. Let's look at our next modal verb. And this verb, we're going to use the verb do laundry, fua, do laundry, fua. Again, we have all our subject prefixes here. We've got our present tense and we've got our verb, fua. So let's say the first sentence here, I am doing laundry. How are you going to say that? Ni, which is your subject prefix, plus your tense, present tense, na, plus ninafua. Hey, ninafua. What about you are doing laundry? It will be unafua. Asante sana. Unafua. There you go. Good sentences there. Unafua. What about he or she is doing laundry? How are we going to say that? He or she? Present tense, na. That's your present tense there. And then fua. Anafua. There you go. Good sentence. Anafua. What about we are doing laundry? Let's do it together. How are we going to say that? Tu na fua. Can you pronounce that? Tunafua. Brilliant. That is very, very good. So for this one, I just wanted us to have about 4 sentences, and then I can see how you are getting on. Now we're going to have a look at another interesting verb that we did earlier on the modal verb, but here we're going to construct different sentences with different subject prefixes. And our first sentence here is going to be an easy sentence that I would like us to learn how to say it, which is, I am going. I am going. Ni na enda. What about you are going home? Do you remember that word home kwa Swahili? I can almost hear you saying it. Nyumbani. Okay, let's see how you'd say that. U na enda, and then you add your noun. Nyumbani. Unaenda nyumbani. Nyumbani is home. Unaenda nyumbani. What about he or she is going? He or she is going home. How are we going to construct that sentence in Kiswahili? You're going to come and start with your subject prefix. Don't forget it. Put it there. Plus tense, na. Plus verb, enda. And then you add home. Look at how easy it is. Anaenda nyumbani. Can you pronounce that? Your turn. Asante. Anaenda nyumbani. What about we are going home? It will be aha. I like it. Very good. Now I'm going to give you a sentence in Swahili, and you have to try and translate it and work it out in English. Are you ready? Mnaenda nyumbani. What does that mean in English? You, but is it you singular or you plural? It's actually you plural. You plural. You all. Are going. Fantastic. Very well done. What about if we wanted to say, this sentence? I want you to translate it for me. Go ahead. Aha. They are going home. Asante sana. Brilliant. Very good work. So these are different sentences using the modal verb enda, and using different subject prefixes like ni, like u, like a, like tu. Very important kwa Kiswahili. Very, very important kwa Kiswahili. And now we have switched between English to Swahili and Swahili to English, because I want your brain to start working out very well how to swap between the two tenses together. Very well done. And we've got our last modal verb here, which is speak. Sema. Speak. Sema. And we're going to construct this sentence by saying, the first one, I am speaking Kiswahili. Whoa, kwa Kiswahili, how are we going to say that? I am speaking Kiswahili. It's going to be ni na sema. I'm speaking Kiswahili. Ninasema Kiswahili. What about if you said you are speaking Kiswahili? Go for it. Na sema Kiswahili. What about he or she is speaking Kiswahili? How are you going to construct that sentence for me? I'm giving you some time to go for it. Na sema Kiswahili. Remember, we are using one tense here, na, across the board. Then we have the next one. We are speaking Kiswahili. How are you going to construct that? Tu na sema Kiswahili. Tunasema Kiswahili. We are speaking Kiswahili. What about you, plural? Are speaking Kiswahili. Go for it. It will be na sema Kiswahili. And the last sentence, they are speaking Kiswahili. I want to hear how you do it. Wa na sema Kiswahili. Kiswahili kizuri. Very good Swahili there. So that is very important in terms of constructing sentences in Kiswahili using the present tense na. So very good that you've been able to use different subject prefixes kwa Kiswahili, different subject prefixes kwa Kiswahili, and you've been able to use different one tense na. You've been able to use one tense na, the present tense, to construct all these sentences. So this is very important that you can carry it across the board like that. So for the next session, what I want you to do is that I want you to do lots of practice. Take those verbs that you learned in the previous lesson on verbs and try and construct as many sentences as you can using the present tense. And for the next session, we'll be looking at constructing sentences using the present perfect tense. Has, have, may. That tense may. Asante sana. Until I see you in the next session. Kwaheri. Asante sana.